the man who brought heroes to life and bad guys to justice, Stan Lee created a comic book universe that was true to its brand name, a marvel. Born Stanley Martin Lieber in New York City in 1922, Lee entered the comic book world as a teenage assistant in 1939. An aspiring novelist, Lee helped usher in the silver age of comic books in the early 60s, bringing sophistication and mass appeal to a genre once exclusively marketed to children.
I wanted to write about people, not about guys punching each other.
Those people, flawed, relatable, lovable characters, Lee's signature breed of superhero.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
It's no fun reading about somebody who's perfect. You want to read about people that you can identify with, because we've all got problems. And if you can create and write about a character who is flawed, but manages to overcome those flaws, then I think that's pretty good.
In the 70s, Lee relocated to Los Angeles to bring his larger-than-life stories to the big screen, crafting a blockbuster movie and TV franchise that made Lee one of the highest-grossing movie producers of all time. Lee was a recognizable face, too, appearing in discreet cameos his fans eagerly spotted in over 40 movie and television roles. When he arrived at Comic-Cons and red carpets across the country, he was greeted with a hero's welcome.
What a comic book cover this would make.
In 2011, Lee was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. By his side through it all was Joan, his wife of 69 years who died in 2017, Lee's real-life heroine.
Every time I write about a female, I'm thinking of Joan. And the best thing about her was she is so independent.
The characters Lee brought to life, he said, kept him alive, too.
I still sometimes have trouble believing it, because all I was doing was trying to just make a living, do these things. And then I got to enjoy writing them, so all I was doing was having fun.
A legacy he couldn't believe, born from an imagination that no one else could dream.
It is such fun creating characters, writing stories, even doing interviews, even though I can't hear most of what the guy says to me. And when you do something that you know the fans seem to enjoy, that gives you such satisfaction, you don't want to stop.
Answer the question! David, you must answer the question!
Excuse me, I'm looking for some guy named Stan Lee.
What? Spider-Man? Pam, hold my calls for a while. I think I've finally gone crazy. You know, Spidey, I've always wanted to experience real web-slinging.
And I've always wanted to be appreciated as a real hero. It seems you've made me into one. Thanks.
Hey. You, looking at that couple inside?
Actually, I was just looking at this little pink number over here.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of nice. They look happy, don't they? You know, it reminds me of an issue of Spider-Man I did when Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy went lingerie shopping. Of course, the Green Goblin showed up, and he pumpkin bombed the hell out of the place. But aside from that, it's pretty much the same thing.
Oh, my God. Holy shit! Aren't you?
Oh, Stanley. Hi.
This week's UN summit. With the leaders of over 200 nations attending, the Secret Service has transformed Ellis Island.
Security ought to be Good morning, Dr. Krensler. Security ought to be beefed up a lot more in a place like this. Welcome back to the Baxter, Dr. Richards. I've got the usual for you. Good to have you back, sir.
Thanks, Willie.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.
Invitation, sir.
I should be on that list.
Name?
Stanley.
Yeah, nice try, buddy.
No,
Nice
no,
try.
really, I'm
Nice try.
Stanley.
Hey, Tony. Remember me?
Sure don't. Look great, Hef.
Possible gamma sickness. Milwaukee. A man drank one of those Guarana sodas. Guess it had a little more kick than he was looking for.
Wow.
Where was it bottled?
Porto Verde.
Larry. Hey, the Oracle of Oracle. What a pleasure. Nice to see you.
Larry King.
Larry! Oh.
Did it work?
Captain, that's your cue.
I thought he'd be taller.
Superheroes in New York? Give me a break.
This is probably nothing.
Are your pulses pounding? Can you feel its eyes upon you? The dweller in the dark is watching.
Relax, Harry. It's just Stan.
And all the other worlds would just pass us by. It's beautiful. It's simple. Any questions?
Yeah, can I have my shoe back?
All Mom ever wanted was your love. To be with you. At our two-story Victorian home in the Cotswolds. But could you even give her a moment? What with your banking job requiring you to travel to the States from Tuesday to Saturday every other week? No!
I'm terribly sorry about your loss, dear. As for you, now is your chance to do better. Why don't you see that you take it?
Thank you, sir.
Let's go.
Wear that?
No. If you're gonna fight a war, you gotta wear a uniform.
Oh, man. I am so fired.
Ooh, it's not cool to get help. Walk by yourself, you little gargoyle. Look at Mr. Smiles over here.
You like art?
Where's your wife, old man? What a Class A prevert.
Fred. Son.
Dad.
I wear 'em front. I wear 'em back. I go inside out. Then I go front and back.
Dad!
Alexis Ortiz. Mo Parisi. Peter Parker.
I think I know that guy.
No. See, this was aged for 1,000 years. And the barrels built from the wreck of Grunhill's fleet is not meant for mortal men.
Neither was Omaha Beach, Blondie. Stop trying to scare us. Come on.
All right.
Excelsior. Hey, could I borrow the sports section? Thank you.
Fine, right? The bartenders are all like, yeah, crazy stupid fine.
coming onto our stage right now. Give it up for Chastity.
You okay?
Are you Tony Stank?
Yes, this is Tony Stank.
That is hilarious.
Okay.
Wow, nice suit.
Zip it, Stanley!
Oh, man. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, at that time, I was a Federal Express man. Hey, fellas. Hey, wait, where are you going? Hey, you were supposed to be my lift home. How'll I get out of here? Hey, gee, I've got so many more stories to tell. Guys. Oh, gee. They're the greatest stories ever told. Heroes show us we don't need to be perfect to do what's right. It's not about living without fear, but facing injustice. It's not about being powerful, but finding your calling when you least expect it. They show us it's okay to be vulnerable, no matter how tough you are. Because even though they're heroes, they're still human.
Every day with these damn alarms! Shut it off!
Don't make me come down there, you punk!
Hey, Gary! How you doing?
Marjorie, how are you? How's your mother? Now don't you move. My hands aren't as steady as they used to be.
By Odin's beard, you shall not cut my hair, lest you feel the wrath of the mighty Thor. Please, kind sir, do not cut my hair. No!
I think whatever you do, you should do what you most want to do and what you're best at. Too many people don't really do what their heart's desire is, but they try to do something else because they think, well, it'll be easy to get a job or to make money. And if that happens, then when you're doing it, you feel like you're working. But if you do what you really want to do, you feel like you're playing. It's easier for you to do. Love seeing you two together again. You always were my favorites.